Hello, this is Red Robot, and today the terrible tactic is the Bleed Blaster Scout. That's the Scout using the Babyface's Blaster along with the Flying Guillotine and the Rap Assassin. Now the reason I went for this loadout is because of something I noticed, the changes they made to the Babyface's Blaster in the Gunmetal update. Now I noticed that when you took a form of damage over time, like Afterburn, or bleed, or you were peppered by sentries, your boost meter would go down just a little bit every single time. And I thought that it would be really cool if there was a way to actively counter that while in combat. And so the whole idea behind this loadout is that it's using bleed to anticipate damage. Now when you take damage, your speed reduces and it makes you a sitting duck in combat, right? But if you have an opponent that is bleeding while you take damage, your boost will go down, but then as the tick of bleed damage passes, your boost will go back up. So it's sort of a way of counteracting the weakness of the Babyface's Blaster, and a really neat way to synergize these three weapons. So I use the Flying Guillotine as my main source of bleed. It regenerates really quickly, and it's pretty hard to aim. It has a weird arc, at least I find it does, but me taking full damage there like an idiot. But yeah, it's my main way of getting bleed, and it's a rather safe way you can use to get a decent amount of boost long range. And the secondary, the Rap Assassin, is a more inconsistent form of bleed, where the recharge rate is a long recharge, but it's really easy to hit because it moves so fast. There's quite a few opportunities in this game where the Sandman probably would have been a better option, but to go with the theme, I'm going to stick with the Rap Assassin for now. It's so great to be able to play with the Babyface's Blaster now and not feel just like a scumbag. The weapon was so cheap before. The changes to it really made it a whole lot more balanced. And trying to counteract those changes, you see my the bleed damage just filling my boost meter right up. It's really fun. It's really cool to be able to use these other wacky weapons that don't see too much use on Scout, although they are very good. One interesting thing to note about the Guillotine, if an opponent is being air blasted while the bleed damage occurs, they'll take mini crit damage because the game registers the air blast as a stun, as in the Sandman stun effect. If you time it perfectly, you can also get it to crit with an air blast, which can be hilarious. Same thing with the Natasha, actually. And I didn't know this, but the Rap Assassin, which is a really wacky weapon, it actually has the critical bauble and the mini crit damage afterwards, just like the Sandman at really long ranges, which is pretty cool. I never knew that could happen. Well, I mean, the Sandman gets the super stun at long ranges, and the bauble gets this instead. You know what I mean, whatever. Because the Guillotine recharges so fast, and you have to pull it out so frequently if you're using it, I'd really like to see an increased switch speed mechanic put on it, because it's a pain fumbling around for that Guillotine every time you throw it, because it has to leave your hands. You can't hold it out the whole time. And there you have it. I reckon it's a really awesome way of compensating with the new Babyface's Blaster nerfs, using these bleed weapons to patch up that boost loss and really compensate for the changes. That's all I got for right now, and I'll see you guys next time.